everybody, welcome to the Hacienda. Ribbit here. Today we're going to make another fabulous recipe from Belgium. We're going to make Waterzooi. This chicken stew comes from the city of Ghent, which is in Flanders. I first got the idea to make this from Julia Child's Mastering the Art of French Cooking. This is out of volume 2. Her recipe is in there. And I was intrigued by it for a long time, so finally I'm making it. Gotta have some good French vermouth to make it. I'm going to show you how to simplify it and make it a lot easier to make. Of course, we're going to need potatoes, so we got these little Dutch baby yellow potatoes. We got some tarragon, parsley, and yeah, we're going to have some matchstick carrots and all that. So let's get prepping. One of the ways we're going to simplify this, instead of having to make your own chicken stock at home, you can either buy the pre-made chicken stock from Swanson's in a box, or you could do it my way. We got 2 quarts of water in there, and now we're going to use better than bouillon, roasted chicken base. Now, I find this much tastier than that boxed chicken stock, because it has already the salt in it and a lot of other extra seasonings. Now I've calculated the amounts and I'm putting in the proper amounts of base to make a good stock for 2 quarts, with 2 quarts. Now we're also going to add 2 bay leaves. We got the bouquet garni here of fresh thyme and parsley. That's going in there. And now we need to whisk that up. We're going to turn that over medium heat. Okay, so I didn't think that was going to be enough liquid. Excuse me. So I added another quart of water and some more soup base, so we got 3 quarts in there. Okay, as it's coming up to a simmer, we need to add the vermouth here. We want dry, not extra dry, and we do not want the red sweet vermouth for sure. So we are going to add half a bottle, like so. Now I am making slightly larger recipe than Julia Child is, so there you go. Okay, so now we're going to cover it, and we're going to let it simmer at low while we prep the vegetables. Okay, so we've washed and prepped the vegetables. What we got here are 4 or 5 ribs of celery, cheaters carrots. I bought the already cut in matchsticks, saved a lot of time that way, and the 3 leeks. Notice we only want the white and the light green parts only. Got to wash those well. Now another hot tip and time saver from my kitchen is, instead of messing around with cutting up your own chicken and boiling it, making the broth and all that happiness, I just went to the rotisserie and I got 2 small rotisserie chickens. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the meat off the bone, take the skin off the meat, and we've got Shazam. Our chicken is ready. Alright, after 40 minutes at a low simmer, we have fished out the bouquet garni and the bay leaves, and this stuff is smelling good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is add the vegetables, and we are going to continue simmering those on low until they're softened. Okay, we are almost home, folks. This is a really easy recipe. Okay, we're going to throw the lid back on and cook them and get the little potatoes boiling in another pot. As the vegetables are cooking, we are going to make the sauce or thickener for the soup. What we have here is 8 ounces, 1 cup of Crème Fraiche. Throw that over there. That goes in the trash. Let's get a spoon. And we're going to add that in there. Now that we've added it in there, we are going to whisk it. And we've got 6 egg yolks in there. I don't know if I told you. Okay. And this is going to make a real nice mixture. Now I realized that since I had increased this recipe a little bit, I added a little bit of clotted cream also in there. Okay, we're sticking with 6 eggs. What we got here is a cup of the broth. Can you see that? Out of the pot. And after it's cooled for about a minute, to this egg yolk mixture, we want to pour it in little by little in dribs and drabs, all the while whisking it, because we do not want the egg yolks to curdle. Okay, and if we do this like that gently, it'll result in exactly what we need. Alright, so I've turned the heat off. We don't want this over fire while we're adding this mixture that we made. Okay, so now that we've got this mixture, we're going to add it in dribs and drabs to the soup. And again, we're going to keep stirring nicely, constantly, because we don't want it to curdle. And that's a secret. Okay, one thing I did not say, that if you don't have crème fraîche or clotted cream, you can just use heavy whipping cream. That is fine. I happen to be able to get crème fraîche at my artsy-fartsy wine store where I got the Vermouth, so I just went ahead with it because that's what Julia uses. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add the rest. Join me later. Alright, so we got all that egg mixture added and stirred in nicely, and I've turned it back up to 1 notch above low. Okay, because now we got to add the chicken, and since the chicken is already cooked, the soup is essentially ready. All we're going to do is add it, put the lid back on, and wait till the little potatoes are ready, because all we got to do is just warm the chicken through. Okay, so join me then. Let's eat. So here we have the boiled little potatoes. They are boiled in heavily salted water with sea salt. This is how it's traditionally served. Let's go ahead and get some Waterzooi on top of it. And here we have a bowl of steaming goodness. Ghentse Waterzooi. That's Ghent Waterzooi. It's typically eaten with a knife, fork, and spoon, because you can see there's nice chunks of chicken in there. And we got to gussy it up a little bit. This is optional, but a little bit of parsley never hurts. Let's dig in. Okay, I'll start out by saying it smells really good. Those herbs and the vermouth, just spot on. You notice I didn't add any pepper to that. Some recipes add it, some don't. I opted not to utilize any because I don't want those little black specks in the soup, make it look dirty. Now I could have used white pepper, I got it in the cupboard, but I just did not. So let's go ahead and try the soup first. See how nice it came out, thickened slightly. That's good flavor right there. Oh, that is so subtly delicious. That tarragon and the parsley and the bay, that is, oh, just lovable. And I'm not going to bite that potato, it's boiling hot. Let's go ahead and try a piece of the chicken. Now this was just a regular rotisserie chicken. In Julia's recipe, she boils it or simmers the chicken in vermouth and wine. That's a big hassle, so we went with the rotisserie chickens. That is so good. What a feast. Just completely subtle, completely delicious. I'm gonna bite this. Perfectly done. And boiling it in that heavily salted water, the potatoes seem to absorb a little bit of the salt, so they're perfectly seasoned. That is delicious. Definitely make again. One pot meal. Thanks for watching, people. You all take care.